Hey guys, what's up? Shin05T5 here, coming back at you with another video. And today I finished another game, and that game being The World Ends With You, for the Nintendo DS. Now, I played the DS version, but I do want to talk about a little bit about the Switch version of this game. But overall, before we get into that, I'll just talk about the normal experience. So, I've played this game before. I finished this game back when it first came out in 2008. So I was in 8th grade when this game came out. That sounds about right. So yeah, no, I played this game when it first came out. I guess I was in 8th grade when it happened. So I was either in like late middle school or like last year of middle school, about to go into high school. Yeah, that does sound about right. And this game was awesome. I loved this game when I first played it. Being like an angsty teenager, like this game just like spoke to me. And with that being said, I was actually interested to see how I feel now as like a 30-year-old adult going back and playing this game. Is like, will it hit me the same way it hit me back in high school when I played it? So that was kind of really what I was interested in, and I don't think it had the emotional hit that when I first played it. It might have just been because like I already knew what happened, and I still basically remembered the plot of the game. But overall, it was still super good. I love the game mechanics in this game. The combat's great. I think it uses the dual screen in a very interesting way. So yeah, so combat's great. The story is fantastic. Again, I remember like the big plot points, but it was nice going back and seeing like the not as important plot points, because I kind of forgot a little bit about the game. So going back and like playing through it again and like remembering, it's like, honestly, it's like visiting like an old friend. Really. So yeah, the story's super enjoyable. I don't want to give any like spoilers because the story in this game is actually genuinely good. So overall, the DS version of this game is amazing, and it's just as good as I remembered it. But with that being said, I did buy this game on Switch when it came out on Switch because I was super excited. When did this game come out? You could usually tell by looking at the back. Okay, this game came out in 2018. This game came out a decade after the DS original. And this is a remake of the DS game on the Switch, and this was terrible. I hated this version of the game, and I was so disappointed when I got it. Because the problem with this game is like the gameplay, a lot of the mechanics of The World Ends With You were intended to be played on the DS. So it took advantage of the two screens, especially the combat. So when you take those two screens away and you try to put the game entirely on a single screen like the Switch, it doesn't fucking work good. And the way they did the combat and like how you have to actually use like the touchscreen on the Switch, it is just shit. What they should have done was find a way to map the controls to the controller. Cause if they made it where like each button, you could assign like your pins to a button on the controller, this game would have been so much fucking better, but they didn't. They just ported over the Android-based port of The World Ends With You onto the Switch with minimal effort, and it sucks. And it really does impact the game. And that made me think, like, when I went back and played the DS version, I was like, is this game as good as I remember? Or was it just like I played this game just at the right time when I was like an angsty teenager and it just connected with me, and playing it now, it's just like, oh, this game really wasn't as great as I remember it. And it's like, the Switch version made me think like, oh, it's not as great as I remember. It must have been, you know, right time, right place when I played this game. But going back and playing the DS version of this game, no. The DS version of this game is as good as I remember it. It is the definitive version to play this one. I don't care that this one says Final Remix on it. This is the way to play the game on an actual DS. I highly recommend playing it if you haven't. It's super good. And I actually do want to play, I have it, I actually got it for my birthday, the sequel to this game, Neo, The World Ends With You. Luckily, that's like a 3D game instead of like a 2D game. So hopefully it plays a lot better than this shitty one did. But I'll have to go play that and see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, The World Ends With You, super great game. Play it on the DS. Don't play the Switch or the Android port. It's not as good, and it does not do this game justice. It truly does not. If you're really gonna play it, I'd recommend playing it on the DS. It is a much better experience on the Nintendo DS. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all down there below. Other than that, yeah, let me know what you guys think about The World Ends With You. Have you played it? Do you want to play it? Yeah, this is one of those games that I actually truly love. So I'm happy. It was fun replaying it again. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks for taking the time to watch it, and see you later. Bye-bye.